Chicago rapper Lil Durk.
Lil Durk targeted a rival rapper in a murder-for-hire plot back in 2022.
Is in the hospital tonight after being attacked in
federal prison before his trial. The Oblak rapper is on the verge of going crazy since he has been suffering through the worst since being locked up, and his fans are reacting to him in a completely different way than they could have expected. Watch the film through to the end to find out all there is to know about Lil Durk's real prison situation. I promise you won't want to miss this. Near Miami International Airport, Lil Durk was arrested and removed. Shocked the music industry when authorities believed the rapper had traveled abroad multiple times to avoid being discovered in the nation. A federal magistrate judge ordered Lil Durk to be detained in federal jail in the state where he was captured on October 17, 2024. Neither Lil Durk nor any of the other 5 defendants had agreed to enter a plea to the accusations against the rapper, who was to be held without bond until he was taken to Los Angeles. For the arraignment, the 6 defendants will soon be arraigned in the U.S. District Court in downtown Los Angeles in connection with the prosecution's 2010 supplementary indictment. The group, which was centered around rappers from Chicago, was caught committing violent and deadly crimes while they were in hiding. The gang participated in additional dubious operations, and Lil Durk established the family's well-known hip-hop production company, OTF. A few incidents involving TB and Rondo began in November 2020 when TB's colleague assassinated King Val, Lil Durk's closest buddy. Lil Durk was desperate to exact revenge for this friend's death and would stop at nothing to eliminate his rival. All of these measures were carried out at the rapper's request, according to the indictment, which also claims that the rapper got into a brawl with the prosecution, according to the court record. On August 19, 2022, however, OTF members and associates who had devised a plan to murder TB utilized 2 automobiles to find and attempt to kill their target when the gang opened fire at a gas station close to the Beverly Center Retail Center. Using a machine gun and other weapons, Lil Durk and the other men, who are now co-defendants, fired at least 18 shots at Quando Rondo's car.
And a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's.
When the squad unintentionally shot Quando Rondo's cousin, who was around him when the awful event occurred, their efforts were not in vain. As the prosecution's evidence shows that Lil Durk ordered Quando Rondo's murder and that the conspirators he hired ruined the entire situation, he also played a significant role in putting himself in danger because the money used to carry out the scheme came from banks and OTF-related finances, making it easy to trace the OTF member and Durk's close associates. Durk also planned the attack and paid 5 co-conspirators to carry it out. Travel from Chicago to California when it was discovered that the defendants had bought one-way tickets for the rapper, who was born in Chicago, the day before the murder. According to flight bank records, the conspiracy became more complicated. Lil Durk had instructed the OTF associate who was scheduling the flights to avoid using his name on any of them as the concept evolved. Durk and another hitman, Boney, allegedly flew to California on a private plane the same day the co-conspirators left Chicago, and despite their best efforts, one of the 5 defendants went shopping. Lil Durk allegedly purchased ski masks for the hitman to use in the murder and paid with a credit card in L's name, according to the prosecutor in charge of his case statement. Prosecutors have been examining Lil Durk's case nonstop in an effort to get the rapper and his accomplices to face the harshest penalty possible. In addition, the prosecution said that Mr. Banks Durk is charged with organizing a cold-blooded murder that killed a rival's cousin, and that the shooting at a patrol station at a busy intersection is just one example of how lethal and dangerous the crime was. Many local neighbors were put in danger because the intersection happened in the open. To be clear, the FBI is assembling the evidence, and this arrest is the outcome of our united efforts, even though you're living your life thinking you got away with it. A.L. Davis, assistant director of the FBI field office in Los Angeles, also helped with the investigation. This kind of violent gun crime is terrible for our community, said United States Attorney Martin Estrada. adding that individuals who engage in such callous acts of violence would not be tolerated at all. It had been a collaborative effort across multiple departments to bring justice to the victim's family by catching the criminals responsible. According to Los Angeles Police Chief Dominic Choi, partners in the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, and the LAPD's Operation West Bureau homicide investigators. Durk D., also known as Lil Durk, was found to have participated in this terrible murder. Chicago-bred rapper Lil Durk is facing more criminal charges as the case's prosecutors continue to gather and present more evidence. One instance of interstate homicide sites for hire that causes death is now included in Lil Durk's allegations. The 32-year-olds were killed in a violent crime that involved 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of carrying and firing a machine gun and firearms, and 1 count of possessing dangerous weapons. Lil Durk, the principal defendant in an earlier indictment dated October 17, 2024, when he was arrested, is now facing 2 felony charges in addition to the initial criminal complaint that resulted in his indictment. In addition, he faces 5 other. 4 people, including Rondo's cousin, were charged in connection with the August 2022 murder of Kwijo Rondo Cav London 28. Grant is also known as VI and Cuz on the streets of Atlanta. Chicago DV Deanderdell Wilson, age 33, the 33-year-old Addison, Illinois resident David Brand Lindsay is also known as Brown Eyes. Keith Jones, popularly known as Lil Durk, is in federal custody in Miami, while V. Voney and Brown Eyes are being held at the Winnebago County Jail in Illinois while they await extradition to Los Angeles. Finally, ASA Houston, 36 as well. Fans have speculated that Lil Durk may be having difficulties in Miami, where the Grammy Award-winning rapper is currently in federal jail after being seized at the Miami airport shortly before he was supposed to leave for Italy. They are presently housed at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in Chicago and are known as Booty of Chicago and Flacca of Gary, Indiana. What's really going on with prison and Lil Durk? There have been prayers for him to remain incarcerated until his trial and, in the event that he loses, to serve out any time sentence that is imposed. Unfounded rumors suggest that the Oblak rapper might be visiting some of Quando Rondo's friends in prison, and they would not allow him to enter easily. Nobody knows what's going on, but considering the rapper's past, it's probable that the notion that Lil Durk is struggling inside is accurate. This is due to the way he was snitched on, which led to his original incarceration. Since the rapper's plans to travel abroad to attend the USC failed, it has been challenging to obtain any information from him, his crew, or even his family. Quando Rondo was the target of Lil Durk and his alleged associates in 2022. Perhaps they wanted to harm him, so they targeted him inside. Rappers who enter prison in such a manner run the risk of being stabbed or hurt.